It's like my very own personal training studio. A Kick Above removed the guesswork and intimidation and offered me a very supportive and structured environment specific to my personal goals. Kim Leverett and her certified personal trainers even offer nutritional guidelines for my personal workout. It's about me at A Kick Above. Call 501-868-8850 or go to akickabove.com. Now, what am I wearing tonight? Thanks to A Kick Above, I look marvelous.
Mitchell Funeral Home welcomes all of Arkadelphia and Arkansas in Clark County since 1966. At Mitchell Funeral Home, they understand that the funeral is a celebration of life and legacy, so the entire staff takes great pride in the caring, personal, and professional services they provide. Cremations, funeral, burial policy, life insurance, notary, and monument sales are just a few of the services they offer.
Roberto, are you ready to do your sponsorship for the game?
Call now. Get connected. 870-246.
By Tuesday.
That's
Okay.
870-246-2611. Call, click, or come by. MitchellFuneralServices.com. Don't wait till we're needed. Call us now. Let's walk through this together. 870-246-2611. It's quality you can appreciate and service you can depend on. At Mitchell Funeral.
You got it. Answer to your aggravation.
The views and opinions expressed today on Black Focus Radio are not the views and opinions of the station, its management, or its advertisers. Now, let's get ready to focus on our issues, our solutions, using our voices on Black Focus Radio.
Welcome to Black Focus, the show designed with our community in mind, where we focus on our issues, developing our solutions, using our voices. Central Arkansas, surrounding areas, and the nation. Get ready. Black Focus starts right now. Lines open at 855-525-5683. So here's your host, David W. Coleman and Robert Webb.
All right, welcome to the show, Black Focus Radio. Our issues, our solutions, our voices. 855-525-5683 is the number. That's how you get in touch with us. If you want to get in on the show, it is the Friday edition. Big weekend coming up, I'm sure. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. No ifs, ands, or buts, as we usually do. Before we get started, let me welcome. I've got two cats in there. Y'all messing with me today. I got some backup. Robert Webb and Cliff. So, hey Robert, how you doing, man?
What up, big homie?
You got a big weekend planned?
Always.
What you gonna do?
Watch TV.
Oh yeah, that's pretty exciting. You got one of the new big old things.
Flat screen.
Wow, man. What is it like? Was it like 17 inches?
Nah, man, that's way too big. It's like 9.
9, yeah, Yeah, you kind of like the size of my car. That's good. Hey, Cliff, how you doing, man?
I'm doing better.
You got a big weekend planned?
Just working.
Oh, how depressing.
That's a business man. He a business man.
Making money.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Make that money, player. Don't let that money make you.
Writing on that book I was telling you about a while back.
Oh, good.
I'm still writing that.
Good for you. Well, I got a big weekend planned too, so you don't have to ask. Don't have to care. Okay. But anyway, a lot of stuff to talk about today.
How was your weekend, Dave?
It was wonderful. It's got to be wonderful, I think.
More fishing?
No, it's too damn hot to fish, man. I am getting a little irritated about this sun.
Give me a chance to work on that tan.
Yeah, I can work on that anytime.
You can get that West Indy look.
Yeah, it's just too dark, man. Too hot. Fish ain't biting. They don't even want to come out. You go out. That's all you're gonna do is be sitting out there working on your tan. That's about it. So.
You know what they say. Right now, fishing is better here than it is in the Amazon.
Yeah. Well, we don't talk about that. Let's see. That's bad. That's just terrible.
Talking about hot.
Yeah. That's just terrible.
But
we'll talk about that today. Here's the tease for today. Ding dong, the witch is dead. That's one thing we'll talk about. Pulitzer Prize-winning author Get Swatted. Is this coming to a friend near you? And if you don't know what swatting is, you might want to hang on. And the irony is that this person that got swatted has been a guest on this show. Okay? The lungs of the earth are burning, and some of you are too dumb to notice or care. Okay?
That's a little steep there, Dave.
Well,
A little steep.
It's hard to
I'm just saying it's Friday. You know, we gotta keep it right.
You gotta keep it right. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta keep it right. You know, ain't no time for half stepping today. You know, we do what we do when we do what we do. You know,
I dig it, player.
that's what I'm saying. So, by the way, welcome Michelle. How you doing? Carl, how you doing? Appreciate y'all joining the show. Go ahead and spread the word. Tell some other people about Black Focus Radio. We're here every Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. While I'm thinking about it, I want to remind people that if you are a business owner out there and you want to advertise on the upcoming Little Rock Central broadcast, our first game is Tuesday. You need to go ahead and give me a call at 615-554-0568, and I'll send that ad package to you, and we'll get it turned around, get you some spots, and you'll be able to advertise with the largest alumni base in the state of Arkansas. So hopefully we'll get that done here real soon. All right?
That's it all go.
Also, coming up on Saturday, tomorrow, will be the question on the show tomorrow morning, 8 to 10 a.m. on the Weekly Sports Magazine. Which players have more courage, the NFL or the NBA?
NFL.
No. I'll explain tomorrow. You have to listen to the show. And I'll prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the NFL players, the black players, they're a bunch of punks.
Man, come on, dude.
I mean,
Why you gotta
I'm
hate?
gonna say for the ones who do stand up in the NFL, those are probably have more courage than the ones in the NBA. Because the way I see it is, you got guys putting their careers on line versus the NBA. The NBA doesn't really have a strict policy on them. You know,
So if I love you like a brother from another mother, but you don't know what the hell you talking about.
I'm just going by what I see on TV.
Okay, listen, I'm just saying.
I'm a TV guy.
Okay. When you get an opportunity, ESPN is running a 30 for 30 about Daniel Sterling, and you'll be shocked at some of the stuff that has come out.
Really?
And that's really what this,
Why would you assume I'd be shocked?
well, maybe you wouldn't be shocked, but I'm just saying what we saw of Daniel Sterling is just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah,
Okay.
okay, I got you. Yeah.
And what people don't realize in 2014, and I'll give you a little hint. In 2014, what you all don't realize that the playoffs were going on at the time that broke. Do you realize that the NBA players were 3 days away from walking out of the playoffs? Wow.
That's wild.
You want to answer that question again that I asked earlier?
Yeah, like I said,
It's all NBA.
I'm just gonna have to find out on the show. What time
So,
Saturday at 8?
8 o'clock, 8 to 10 a.m. We'll get into it because I think it's really an interesting juxtaposition of both leagues. And when you talk about players, their control as opposed to the control that the NFL has over their players, as opposed to the players having the control of their league. There's a reason why the NBA commissioner, when he says they have my number, did y'all know last week that his number accidentally got tweeted out by one of the players?
Who's?
The NBA commissioner.
David Stern?
No, David Stern.
Adam Silver?
Adam Silver. Because they literally have his cell phone number.
That's good though, I guess.
Oh, it's really good. I'm just saying. So anyway, catch the show in the morning if y'all want to know more. Again, the question is, who has more courage, NBA or NFL players? And we'll talk about that tomorrow on the Weekly Sports Magazine. Of course, college football is around the corner. We'll get into a little bit of that as well. And we'll make it official that we'll continue to boycott the NFL. All of that tomorrow.
Ohio State.
On Speaking of which, you talking about some idiots.
That's my home state, man.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't tell anybody. The Ohio State. So they're trying to trademark the word "the."
Makes sense.
Yeah, it really does.
You mean the as in the Ohio State Buckeyes? Or
No, just the word
the Ohio State? Or
No, just the word "the." Okay.
Hey, look, man, you can be talking bad about my team.
Hey, just the word "the," or is it "the"? So if they trademark "the,"
We still have the.
then I can still say "the," but even all the English language rules go out the window, because if a word follows the word "the," if it's a consonant or a vowel, there is a certain pronunciation you do based on what is following it.
See,
Y'all do get that right.
For the average person.
Aren't you a writer? You should know this.
Yeah, I'm a writer, but
What do you mean? Yeah, I'm a writer, but
but the average person ain't gonna care.
and apparently they don't. Okay, so I'm just
Talk to the
saying.
homies on the street, they be like, hey, whatever.
So yeah, they are trying to trademark the word "the."
That is ridiculous.
Okay, so that means if they are able to trademark it, I can no longer say watch the weekly sports magazine on Saturday morning.
Watch Weekly Sports Magazine.
So I'm just saying.
Gotta roll with the
855.
punches.
855-525-5683. Let me quickly do Black Facts before we travel too far down a rabbit hole and can't get back.
Yeah. Have you seen what Fox News has been pushing all week?
You say what?
You seen what Fox News has been pushing all week?
Uh-uh.
They're talking about.
You got to wait till I finish Black Facts if you don't mind. Okay. All right, so let's do Black Facts. Cliff just likes to talk to me when I'm getting ready to we're doing a radio show with that. Yesterday,
I
you
haven't
all
seen you
were-
so long.
Cliff, I'm doing Black Facts. Come on, turn your
Why
mic
are you
off
giving
for a
Cliff a hard
moment.
time?
Robert, just be quiet.
Okay, go
This is a sacred moment here.
I apologize. This is a secret.
That is what I'm saying. I mean, you get a good cussing by interrupting Black Facts.
Hey, last week we didn't even get a black fact.
Yes, we do. We get Black Facts every day.
This one day this week we didn't get a black fact. Okay, Dave, will you do black fact, please? Jesus. Can you do black fact, please?
I'm trying.
Are you gonna play the music?
I'll already played the music, Robert.
Dave, we be quiet. Do black fact,
Okay,
please.
okay. Gee, thanks, Robert. Yesterday, we told you about Henrietta Wood, the first person to sue for reparations and win, and that could be a precedent. And to give you an example of how important these Black Facts are, so many people responded saying they were not. They had no idea that had ever happened. So that was pretty cool, and that's one of the reasons I like doing Black Facts. But my Black Facts are not, relegated to just American history or local history. Our Black Facts, we run the gamut around the world. So let me just start with this one today. Black kings and queens ruled Europe for almost 700 years. History confirms that the Moors ruled Europe, primarily Spain and Portugal, for almost 700 years. They were known for their influence in European culture, but not many people know that the Moors were actually black. Moors were usually depicted as being mostly black or very swarthy, and hence the word is often used for Negro, according to the Oxford English Dictionary. Several written works at the time also confirm that the 16th century English playwright William Shakespeare used the word Moor as a synonym for African, and Christopher Marlowe used Moor as an African interchangeably. So the play by Shakespeare, God, I can't even think of it now, about the king, that was actually written for a black man. I forgot the name of someone that went. Anyway, author and historian Chancellor Williams, which he wrote the book, and I can tell you because this book is on my book list, the destruction of the black civilization, said the original Moors, like the original Egyptians, were black Africans. An Arab chronicle also described Moorish Emperor Yusuf bin Taqfin as a brown man with woolly hair. In European art, Moors are also shown in a classical African look: pitch black, frizzled hair, flat and wide face, flat noses, and thick lips. The Drake jewel, a rare documented piece of jewel from the 16th century, seemed to show a profile of a black king dominating the profile of a white woman. Moreover, Moors were known to have contributed in areas of mathematics, astronomy, art, cuisine, medicine, and agriculture that helped develop Europe and bring them from the Dark Ages into the Renaissance. Generations of Spanish rulers have allegedly tried to abolish the era from the historical record, but recent archaeology determined that Moors indeed ruled in Al-Andalus for more than 700 years, from 711 AD to 1492. And that's our Black Fact for today.
That was a good one, Dave.
They need to do a documentary.
And if you would like to sponsor Black Facts, by all means, call me up at 615-554-0568. Hello, Jackie. Hello, LaTanya. How you all doing today? Appreciate you joining me. I'm trying to remember the name of Hamlet. Was it Hamlet?
Othello?
Othello. That's who it was. A lot of people don't realize that Othello was a black person that Shakespeare wrote about as well.
Thing.
So.
Okay.
Anyway, so we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today, and you all can call us up at 855-525-5683. Want to remind people that on September 4th, the hearing for Bradley Blackshire is going to be again at the Civil Service Commission. Hopefully the attorney will take the elevator.
That's funny.
I'm just saying. No pun intended. Also, Tom Cotton said that he's the person that recommended to Donald Trump that we buy Greenland.
He's a moron.
You're being kind.
His whole family's dumb.
So I guess they thought, hey, we won't buy that property. We'll give you $25 and a chicken sandwich. And I guess the Greenland was gonna say, oh yeah, we'll take that. So according to Tom Cotton, it is apparent that he is the one that advised Donald Trump on buying Greenland. That's just kind of weird to me. So anyway, also Rayson Bolden and Gwen Berry received 12-month probation for social injustice protest. Okay? Now, maybe you all haven't heard of this, but last week this occurred and it went silently. And while I'm thinking about it, you know, the Miami Dolphins head football coach is a black guy. All of his last name is Flores. You know, he started trolling Kenny Steele by playing Jay-Z music. I just think that was pretty disgusting. That just hit me. But the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee warned that the U.S. athletes could face serious sanctions for an additional breach of its code of conduct. Hammer thrower Gwen Berry and fencer Race Bolden have each been given a 12-month probation for protesting against various forms of injustice in the United States at the 2019 Pan Am Games. Okay, Sarah Hersland, CEO, issued formal reprimands to the U.S. athletes who used their platforms to stand in solidarity with those speaking out on social injustice issues, such as gun control, racism, sexism, Trump administration, and immigration policies. Bolden kneeled and Berry raised a fist in the following day in silent, peaceful protest as the U.S. national anthem played over the Pan Am medal stands at the games. In letters sent to Barry and Embledon on Tuesday, Hirschland wrote that while the athletes' determination to achieve citizens is admirable, their protests violated Team U.S. rules that prohibit political protest. The goal of the games that are free from political speech is to focus our collective energy on the athlete's performance and the international unity and harmony each game seeks to advance. Get the hell out of here.
Is this okay?
Is this theater?
Sounds like it.
The bottom line is that black people have used sports platforms from the time that they were allowed to participate in protest. And you writing a little letter trying to get people not to protest, you need to go sit your butt down somewhere. I'm just saying.
I think there's a bigger issue. It's a total lack of understanding of why these people are doing this and the humanity that connected to it.
Of course there is.
It's and it's frustrating because I know that there can't be only American athletes who have protested over these last however many hundreds of years or decades or whatever since these games have been
But
going.
here's why it makes no sense. Because if you tell me that America is the free, you have a First Amendment right,
Oh yeah.
why doesn't that amend that right? And it does, believe it or not. Why doesn't that, if you're representing America, doesn't it speak loudly to the world that, hey, America allows you to protest no matter where you are, no matter where you go? That's what America stands for. To me, it would speak louder by simply saying, as I've said about the NFL, look, we don't like the protest. We would prefer that they didn't do it, but because we live in America, this is one of the tenets of our society. To me, that makes all the sense in the world.
Part of being American is taking the good with the bad.
That's my point. So, I'm just saying. So,
Why, as a black man, I always got to take the good with the bad? Why I just can't never take the good and somebody else go deal with the bad? Why I got to do that? I'm tired of y'all white folks. Yeah, you and Cliff. That's what I'm talking about.
Tell you what.
wait a minute. Your white friends must not be listening to the show today.
No. I don't know my white friends listen.
One of them horses at? One of that rope at?
I don't have those kind of white friends. At least I don't think.
Not
they
those.
do. I don't have those.
Oh,
The
yeah.
redhead
At least I don't think they are.
You
More like
having doubts?
No, I don't have any doubt. I got some pretty good white. I got some pretty good white friends.
Do you?
If you went to a party and you were the only one there, you know what I mean by the only one.
Get out. Yeah, stop.
Do they often have you sit in front of a TV and play this little montage
Never
of
did
like
that.
friends and
You know,
Full House?
I'm
And
gonna tell you, man. I got some really good white friends, and when I say really good, I mean we talk politics, and we don't always agree, but we're not disagreeable.
That's good.
So that's cool. I mean, and I respect their opinions too, because again, when you talk about politics, especially when it's a white and black thing, you're having a white and black discussion. I don't really expect them to understand my perspective, right? I'm more so trying to learn how they view my perspective, and I guess to some degree, I'm trying to figure out how I can shape or cultivate my conversation so that they can better understand it. If that makes sense.
yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I think I mentioned it before. I had a couple guys in my car club that I'm in, and one of them is like the epitome of a Trump supporter. Doesn't want to hear, the other person's side of the story. Doesn't want to hear about facts. Doesn't want to hear about statistics. And if you do have an opportunity to slide that in, then it's like, oh, that's fake news. Oh, that's
Did you listen to the show
liberal
yesterday?
media. I think I listened to parts of it.
Did-
I had some stuff going on
Did
yesterday.
you hear the part about what MAGA really means?
Yeah. I heard that part.
You need to get that to that guy.
Yeah.
Don't listen.
I'm
Yo,
not
man,
afraid.
yo,
Keep
man,
your friend.
man, you need to read this.
Because
Keep your friend.
I ended up having to cut that guy off because he was
That's
saying some
necessary,
stuff that just went too far one day. The whole sending back thing, he said some things that I had to cut him off for it. But and then I have another friend in the same car club who, we have differences of opinions. We don't always agree on things, but we're able to have a civil conversation about our differences. And he tries to understand me, I try to understand him, and nothing horrible is normally said from either one. And so it's a situation where we can still be friends.
Well, it's like that James Baldwin quote, and I'm paraphrasing that. We can agree to disagree, but when our disagreement gets to the point where you don't respect my humanity, that's when I have to cut you off. And certainly,
that's my basis.
Right, and I have friends too. I have tons of them.
I don't cut my white friends off. I don't cut them off. I think it's good, man, to keep those conversations for two reasons. One, most importantly, is that we get to learn a lot, right? And what I found, and let me tell you something. I met this guy probably about 3 years ago. White guy. I met him actually via Facebook, right? And so he inboxed me one day, and he was like,
Did he call you and say, "What you doing?"
Nah, not yet. But he inboxed me.
Have you been to the Lord?
Nah, he inboxed me one day, and he was, I can't remember what I posted on my page, but he inboxed me and was like, "Man, I just totally disagree with you." And I was like, "That's cool." I was like, "Hey, but how about we sit down and talk about it?" So the guy actually met me, and we talked for we talked for about 2 hours. We met at Sea of Tequila, and we talked about 2 hours. And
who paid for the bill?
I did.
Oh, well, I talked to you tdo. What do you want to meet?
You sick. But the crazy
I want to meet at Arthur's.
Yeah, I bet you do. The crazy thing about the conversation is that I couldn't get him to see. Bro, we said the same thing. I mean, that's what we were talking about. We were talking about offset-ball shootings. And he was saying, "Hey, man, I have a great respect for law enforcement." I was like, I ain't got nothing against law enforcement. I just got something against officers law enforcement who shoot unarmed black men, right?
Yeah.
And he was saying, I feel the same way too. But the bad thing is he couldn't understand because of the way I said it. He couldn't accept it the way I said it. It was all about presentation and nothing else, right? Because for him, he was like, "Yeah, I think it's horrible when they shoot black men who don't have a gun." I'm like, that's what I've been saying for the last 30 minutes, right? But I mean, it's just sometimes it's just a conversation. It's just having that conversation. Now I like to consider him my friend. Every now and then he'll chime in on something, but usually he don't post on my page. He'll inbox me. I respect that. Not everybody wants to, have a confrontation.
Yeah, because some people get put on blast when they try to ask questions or make a comment.
Yeah,
and sometimes it's kind of weird because sometimes you want to almost feel bad for them, but at the same time it's like you should know this already. But then sometimes it's like, okay, it appears as if they're asking out of just genuine curiosity, or they're saying something that you can tell that they truly just don't understand where you're coming from, and they're asking. And sometimes it's just easier for them to ask personally versus putting it out there for everyone to see, and then taking in all this criticism and being labeled and all these things. I get it sometimes, but
yeah, it's a lot of people they want to ask questions, and they'll make a comment with a question, and sometimes I really hate when they do that. Because the thing is that people don't read the question, they only read the comment. And it's like, they're setting up their question, right? They're trying to explain, So the guy was pulled over because he was speeding. Now the guy was pulled over for this. Why are you still upset? Why are you still upset? What are you doing, Dave? What is Dave?
I'm just listening.
What is Dave?
I'm just listening. I'm just
What
go
are you
ahead.
doing, man? What
Nothing.
you doing?
Go ahead.
What is Dave doing, Cliff?
No, just go ahead.
I can't.
I'm just listening to
I
y'all.
don't want to ruin the moment. But
I'm just
What
listening.
are you going to do?
Nothing. Go ahead. Continue.
Hey, man. So Dave, what's up with you today, man? You on one today. No, man. Hey, sometimes they should just ask the question and not provide a comment. Because sometimes it works out better.
it's hard for me to take you seriously. Let me explain.
I know, man. That's what Dave is truly on one.
That's like something you play when Norman starts talking.
I was just in a mood. I just, you know.
I'm thinking about you guys.
I'm gonna tell you, like Latanya's saying, I cut him off. I ain't got time for
I
that.
cut him off too. Well,
No.
I'll say it like this: I give him a chance. I'll try because I used to just go off on people on the first thing, and I would cuss them out and send them on about their business. But
I don't even do that. I just cut him off.
well, I have to. I live around. I'm in this whole. Everywhere I go, I'm surrounded, so I have to.
You point that
I
out.
have to, on some level, try. So what I have developed is a system, and it's like a fault tree.
Okay.
If you answer like this, then we can continue to have a conversation based on how you respond. If you answer like this, I'm gonna give you one more chance. If you keep talking crazy or you say some stuff that's just way out there in Trump land, I'm gonna cut you off. It just really depends on how they respond, because there are some people I will actually try to kind of in a sense educate them on certain things, because a lot of white people don't take the time to learn on their own, so I have to explain to them from my perspective why I feel a certain way about
There's an
certain.
ass today, you know that, right? It's just tickling.
It's payback for the last time we was messing with him.
What? I'm just
But
saying.
then there are some people who would just outright say some crazy stuff. It's just, be on that nonsense, and I have to cut them off.
God.
That's basically how I deal with them.
I'm sorry.
You need to check Dave's bag. See if he's got any prescription meds in there.
I think Dave stopped by the marijuana.
I saw a billboard on my way in the Little Rock too. Our cannabis.
Oh
Yeah. I
man.
need to go to the cannabis. I need to go get a cannabis card.
No, then you can't. Then you can't be licensed to carry.
Why? I can't smoke weed and carry guns?
That's what that. If you are licensed,
What kind of BS is
if
that?
you get a cannabis card, you cannot be licensed to carry.
Why?
I don't care. I'm still gonna have my gun though.
I'm
That's
just saying.
ridiculous.
Don't
Why you can't?
Hey, don't get no attitude with me. Go get an attitude with your governor.
So I can't smoke weed and carry. I can't smoke
So
weed
you mean
and
I
carry.
can't-
But you can drink as much tequila as you want and take it in the bar. Take your gun in the. See how stupid that is. You can go. You can take a gun into a bar and drink until you're filthy drunk. But if you smoke a blunt,
So I can't be super relaxed and have a firearm to protect myself?
That's pretty insulting. I don't know what to say right now.
Well,
you know what? I'm just not gonna get high then.
Because it's not a
I'm carrying some guns.
It's
I
not a
need the guns more
hallucinogen.
than
I know what
the-
hallucinated.
see what you thought someone was gonna say. Well, I'm gonna get high and carry guns. But we didn't fall for that trick, Cliff. Did you? Did you?
What? I am gonna carry a gun. I'm gonna get some. I just gotta say that on the air. Hey,
some CBD
I'm gonna
gummies.
abide by the law. Huh?
Just get you some CBD gummies.
I'll give me some gummies, babe.
But you know what? That CBD oil does work.
What's the CBD oil?
It's
See,
where-
I know all the little tricks now that I
Well, it's been out for a while, and in fact,
CBD
I mean,
oil, something I rub on me.
yeah, it actually it does work. I've used it.
CBD oil.
Yeah, because I had a friend who brought some from Colorado, and believe it or not, the stuff I have all these ailments, so I had it rubbed on my back and my hip, and dude, it worked.
The CBD oil.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh, you had a happy ending. I understand now, my son.
are y'all trying to troll me right now
man,
on my show?
You got a happy ending?
You know?
You got a happy ending? Oh, you did get a happy ending. Is that the music they were playing in the background?
That's the moment after. The moment of clarity.
There you go.
I know what they were playing with. I know what
Also,
they were playing.
since we're glorifying and stuff, one of the Cook brothers died today, and I just want to play some music in his honor. Yeah! Oh, God.
Yep, I need some of that. As a kite by David. How's a kite, baby?
Well, anyway, Robert, what was his name? One of the Cook brothers died today. David Koch, I guess that's how they pronounce their name. And someone asked the question earlier, were the two Sesame Street characters, the two old men, were they modeled after the Koch brothers?
Oh my God, that's crazy.
But I don't think they were. I think they were modeled after the two guys on Trading Places, Mortimer and
Yeah, Randolph.
But they came out before that.
Yeah,
Randolph.
no, they came out around the time
Did they?
that you got to understand.
I thought-
Trading Places has been out a long
Yeah, it
time.
I love that movie.
It is.
This came out like 83, 84. But
Yeah.
my point is, those two characters were out before that. If anything,
I think they came out around the same time.
you know how you know how to find that, right?
Google is a wonderful
Google is a
tool.
wonderful tool.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave
It
it
is
up
a
to you,
bonus.
more seasoned people to determine that one.
Have you seen Trading Places, Cliff?
Yeah,
I mean, I know
I've seen
you.
it a bunch of
I
times.
know you're not as old as Robert, so you may not have seen it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got me by a while.
I didn't say you guys. I said Robert. Okay. Trading Places came out in 1983.
Yeah, I think I said
Yeah.
that, didn't I?
You said 84.
The same thing.
No. 3 goes like this. 4 is like that. Okay. Same
You
thing.
know
It's
what?
a year after I was born.
So, excellent
When?
movie.
I'm born in 82.
Excellent movie, by the way. So, but anyway, David Koch is dead. I watched an interesting piece on him.
As I say it, Dave, because I'm always right here. I hate it when you try to doubt me, player.
Okay. When did the little old man debut?
Stella and Waldorf are a pair of Muppet characters known for their cantankerous opinions and shared penchant for heckling. The two elderly men first appeared in the Muppet Show in drumroll please 1975.
I said 75. I mean, come on. God. God.
Nah, I don't think
I
you
said 75.
Nah, I don't think you said 75.
Gosh.
You said that you said that the characters were based on. See,
I
see what I'm
said
talking about right
75.
there. See what I'm talking about right there.
Didn't I say 75?
Just admit when you're wrong, Dave.
Even my
admit
people-
when you're wrong, Clay.
My people said look, I can do a Trump. I said 75.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And good news, they're doing a black casting for Lady and the Trump. Disney movie.
Y'all sick.
Have y'all seen the new? Have y'all?
I mean, Lady and the Tramp, my bad.
Have y'all seen
Same
the
thing.
new the 2020 Donald Trump stickers?
They got
they
like
said-
a lynch.
No, it says STD.
Stop, man. Will you stop?
It stands for Stop the Donald. I am not kidding.
Yeah, I saw that one before. That one was in 16 too. STD 2016.
I'm just saying,
Vote for the man who dated his daughter.
So
Y'all.
I'm just look,
Hey,
man.
he said that was on mouth.
I'm just being real.
TV. He said
I
all
will
that.
tell y'all that there's a possibility of a television show that's going to be happening. That's going to emanate from this show.
From what show?
This show.
Man, will you stop it? We're gonna do the black.
Wait a
We're
minute,
gonna do the
wait a
Black
minute.
Apprentice.
Wait a minute.
The Black Apprentice.
Wait a minute. I'm just saying.
Are we doing the Black Apprentice?
When have I told you something like that? And I wasn't?
Earlier you said that the two dudes on the Muppets was Mortimer and Malachi, and they were not.
But the
Okay.
75.
You didn't say 75.
God.
Why are you trying to get it? Why are you trying to get it?
I'm channeling my MAGA image today.
Oh,
You know.
Jesus, don't do it. Don't do it, player. Don't do it.
Robert is an entrepreneur.
Yeah, he is. He's a capitalist.
Capitalist at heart, baby. I'm all about the
All right.
capital.
So let's get into this story right here. Leonard Pitts Jr. is a Pulitzer Prize-winning author. He writes, man. He's written all. I've been following this brother. He's been on a number of shows that I've been on, and he's even been on Black Focus about a year or so ago. And in fact, it's weird. I forgot his phone number in my cell phone. And on June 30th, so let me just read this. About 4:48 a.m. On a Sunday, Leonard Pitts Jr. woke up to a call from the police department in his Maryland suburb. The caller identified himself as the Bowie Police Department and asked if I looked outside my window lately, says Pitts. He tells me that half the city of Bowie's police department, is at my front door. And they've received a call that I've murdered my wife and I need to come downstairs. The Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist for the Miami Herald says that in the dark hours of the morning of June 30th, he was swatted. Swatting is a form of online harassment sometimes called a high-stakes prank that utilizes local police forces to provoke, frighten, or even harm a target. In a swatting incident, someone makes a 911 hoax call that leads police forces, often a SWAT team, to the victim's house. The presence of those officers armed and prepared for conflict, like a murder or a hostage situation, coupled with the victims who can be unaware of the call, often creates a high-tension situation that can turn fatal. In 2017, and we talked about this on the show, an unarmed father of two was killed in a swatting incident. Victims of swatting attacks, including gamers, celebrities, politicians. Sometimes targets' addresses are posted online, called doxing, with calls for harassment. And since the police are the instrument of harm, experts say the harassment has a disproportionate effect on communities of color. Since June, two high-profile writers who both write about racism have been targeted. Pitts and Ijamu Olu, a Seattle author, who shared her experience on Twitter. Okay? So on what happened after he got the call, my murdered wife is sitting up in the bed next to me trying to figure out what's going on and who I'm on the phone with at 4:48 in the morning. And I go downstairs and they have two spotlights, one on my left, one on my right, and I'm effectively blind. And a voice from somewhere out of the darkness tells me to put the cell phone down, which I do, and to come forward, which I do. Halfway across, maybe on my neighbor's lawn, they direct me down to my knees, hands clasped behind my head, and then somebody comes around and handcuffs me. And they take me over to the back behind the police car and explain to me that they received a call that I've murdered my wife. I didn't find this part out until later. But the caller also told them that I was going to open fire on police once they responded. It was surreal. Maybe part of it was that I was just awakened and I was still at that threshold where you're trying to separate reality from the dream. But I think the bigger part was that police themselves were not out of control. They were very calm. And once I saw that, and the fact that nobody was yelling at me or cursing at me or threatening me or any of the rest of that stuff, my feeling was that if we could just go through whatever it was that they needed to go through to assure themselves, they would see my wife's alive, they're going to see nothing's happening in my house, and everything, I think, will be okay. For me, it was just a matter of, let's go to the moment without anything happening.
Right.
So, I don't know, as a gamer, I'm an ex-gamer, but this has been going on online.
What's a gamer?
Someone who plays video games.
Xbox, PlayStation, all that.
Okay.
There's a lot of guys who get mad
And they lose.
because they lose or
Or really where it started
they
was,
feel cheated or whatever.
well, really where it started was Madden, because these guys put up big money. Or it may not have been Madden, but these guys, some of these guys actually gamble online. That, hey, I'm going to beat you and this, and then if they lose, they got to pay out a lot of money. And then the first thing they do is do what they call swatting. So it's easy for them to find your IP address. A lot of people don't know that. So once I can get your IP address, I can find out where you live. Okay,
Really?
unless you are behind a firewall, So
Okay.
so anyway, so this has been going on for quite some time. It's just ironic that Leonard Pitts Jr., who is a nationally known columnist, and as you heard, he works for the Miami Herald, has written some heart-stopping articles about bigotry and racism and a lot of other stuff. They did this. So I'm saying this to say that you need to be careful if you're an activist out here, because he could have very well lost his life had there been a watch commander who was aggressive. He could have very well lost his life that night, because it has happened where people have shown up and been, and the police have shown up and have killed people who have been swatted.
Kill
So,
murder and maim folks, right?
and of
I
course,
like
You know,
as someone who still plays video games online, pretty actively, I know I haven't so much heard it as much now, but back a couple of years ago on Call of Duty and Halo and games like that, I encountered a lot of like just blatant racism. Like
it really is. It
white
really was.
people use the N word like
Really?
nobody's business. Yeah, little kids, teenagers,
Oh, yeah.
college kids, white. They're white and they love flinging that N word around them online.
And see, what you don't,
And-
you're not a gamer, Robert, so you don't realize that. See, you actually,
hear all that
you
on
can
the open
hear
sites.
because if you're, so let me give you an example. If you are
In the lobby.
in a lobby, you hear all of this stuff before you go into a game, or even like in my.
lobby.
So there's
got
a
internet lobby?
there's a lobby, a game. You go into the game lobby, and then you decide. You find out where you're gonna play, what type of game you're gonna play, or
Gotcha.
people can pick. You can be in that lobby, and if a game is available, you can choose to go and play that game. But even inside the games, SOCOM was the first game that allowed you to communicate with people online via a headset. And I realized that because I was a huge SOCOM fan, that it got so bad that I'd mess up my game because you could only hear the people that were on your team because you were supposed to be strategizing. It was groundbreaking. That's what made SOCOM so great. And then after that, all the other games followed. But there were times that I would have people on my team who were racist, who would say racist things, and I'd go shoot them in the head. Not literally, but virtually, and mess the game up,
For me, it's mostly Call of Duty and Halo. So what it is, you go online, you sign into the game, you start playing the game, and then you give you an option. You can either play the story mode or you can go play on multiplayer. Multiplayer is where you're playing with everybody who's online and whatever. So as you're waiting to load into the map that you're going to be playing with all these other people, you can hear normally both teams before the game actually begins, before they put you in the game. While it's loading, you can hear both teams talking, and you can see who's on whose team. And now they have it set up where you actually see who's talking. It'll show a little thing when the noise comes out their microphone. So you can see two teams, all the people on both teams, and when someone talks, you can see who's talking. And so when they say these things, until the game starts, you can hear both teams talking, and they're just yapping on and on and on and on and on. And a lot of times it's harmless. Sometimes it's like little kids yapping on about crayons and coloring books and what their name is, and trying to make friends and stuff, and it's annoying. And then you have the other people who just be just yapping on and drinking. You can hear them.
And some of the teams would actually be all white and be, they would be racist and be proud that we don't
They're
have.
looking for blacks to kill.
Well,
They just, for some people, it's a social thing. They'll get their buddies together, go online together. You can form a group and go
play.
into a game and play
okay.
together.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes it's just a group of guys who know each
Even
other.
the internet is segregated. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
It is.
can't we all just get along?
And they'll
We
have
can't get along on the game.
Why
they'll
can't-
have conversations with each other out in the open, and you can hear everything they're saying. You have the option to go private, which makes it even worse. So, but yeah, I've heard a lot of times where I've had to report people on Microsoft for having racist conversations on in the game or in the lobbies, and it's
So
You report and you report
explains
and you report.
everything now.
You'd be surprised what some of those little kids say online.
oh yeah, I have
You'd be
even now.
shocked. You know?
Well, even now, like you have games like Grand Theft Auto, and well, pretty much almost every game I have right now. Ghost Recon, Need for Speed, a bunch of those. They have language in the game. It's in the game.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have 6 and
Are
7
you familiar with Grand Theft Auto?
They even have where you can sit the prostitutes in there. But you have 6 and 7-year-olds playing these games, and the parents. I'm always wondering what kind of values these parents have.
So-
if you're letting your 7-year-old play a game.
He's not familiar with. So Grand Theft Auto
Steal
is
cars, steal people. It's
basically a thugged out gangster game.
yeah,
And anything you can imagine that a gangster would do,
but it's so fun.
you do this in this game. That means rape, rob.
Well, you can't
What
do
color are the?
It does. You can be white. You can be black. It's prostitution.
Most games now have it set up where you can choose.
Yeah, you can choose your avatar, what you want to be.
So would y'all
Okay.
play that game or y'all white or black?
I don't play Grand Theft Auto. I think it's an abomination.
Yeah, I play Grand
But I do play. Yeah, but I do play. It is one of the most popular games out there. It's been around for a while. But I do play the first person shooter games like SOCOM, Ghost Recon, Call of Duty, Black Ops, things of that nature. So I do play those games. But and I'm black. You can choose your avatar and you can make your person up. And
it's harder for me though.
What?
There's not often that I can find an avatar that looks like me. It's really hard. I either gotta be the white guy or like the really dark guy.
No.
Or like the Asian dude or the Mexican guy.
Well, wait a minute. What games are you playing? They have light skinned people on there too.
Yeah, but it's usually like a Hispanic person or like,
They don't have
Asian
Negro. They don't have house Negro.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's hard, man. Like even on Ghost Recon, man, they have a lot of different options. Or on Division's the Tom Clancy game, they have all these different face features. So you can do different shades, but they have every shape of mine. They don't have my features.
You'd be surprised, but the Grand Theft Auto,
But they're usually pretty customizable.
the more vicious you are, you work your way up the drug kingpin. I mean, you steal cars, you beat up women,
You can shoot police and run
you
from
shoot
them.
and run from police.
It's
So you'd be stunned. You have no idea, dude.
Django and Buddy.
Dude,
I'm down there murdering cops.
And now I know why we have so many problems in society.
That's why you need
those games are problematic.
Yeah, Donald. Yeah, Donald. Yeah.
Every time I get off those games, I'm just so filled with.
How many laws you break after you get off the game?
Man, I can't even. We on the radio, man.
You can't tell me all.
You can't divulge that information.
Yeah.
But the point in all of this is saying that you really need to be careful. So if you wake up in the middle of the night and you got bright lights on your front door,
they're gonna swat you.
you'll get swatted. It's a real thing, and
Yes.
the fact that
I
this,
still be talking trash.
I used to talk trash a lot,
I'll talk trash.
but here's a guy. Leonard Pitts Jr. is like I say,
He's a columnist.
he's a Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist. I mean, he's been
why he got
at the
swatted.
top of the mountain, and now they're going after. This is dangerous. That's my whole point in bringing this up.
That's why they got
This
swatted.
is very dangerous because just as I told you in 2017, a man was killed. Had he come out that door the wrong way, he'd have been lit up. He'd have
I
been
wouldn't
lit
have
up.
come out first.
I wouldn't have either. I wouldn't. I can't see myself coming out of that. So, but just be aware of that. So I just letting y'all know that. 855-525-5683 is the number. I posted also, and this is an old story, but I like to. One of the things that I do on my wall is, there's so much information.
That's what you were saying the other day.
Remember when Notre Dame burned down and everyone knew instantly it was over a single news outlet? Well, there's been a massacre going on in Sudan for days and nobody's covering it. Yep.
Yeah, it's been going on for months.
Oh, yeah, it's been going on for a while. But you made me lose my train of thought, Cliff. Thanks, man.
That was pretty easy.
Yeah, Excuse me?
Pardon?
Huh?
Hey,
I
it just
didn't
occurred to me
Huh?
that Dave could be like a black Odie.
A black OJ. What's that?
A black Odie.
Who the hell is Obi?
Yeah, what is
From Garfield the dog.
All right, Cliff, we're going to bar you from the show. I recall the last time you were here, you acted a plumb fool.
I don't know what you're
You know.
talking about.
I have no idea. Second
You and Robert, y'all, it's like when you two get together, I don't know what to say anymore, man. I can't have I'm trying to be serious up in here, doing a serious show, and both of y'all want to act like you're Red Skelton.
I'm so insulted right now. Why can't I
Who's
be?
Red
Why I
Skelton?
can't be Red Fox? I don't want to be Red Skelton.
Who's Red Skelton?
Why would you want to
He
be a red
was born in
skeleton?
'82, man. You can't expect him to know.
You talking from Captain America, the red skeleton?
No,
Oh no, it's a comedian.
no.
Why would you want to be a comedian with a red skull?
Stop,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, it's like his Debbie Does Dallas, right?
See, stop, don't go there,
Okay.
No,
Okay.
no,
Who is
no,
David
no,
Wayne?
we're gonna-
No, stop,
we're gonna-
stop,
we're gonna-
stop.
All right, we're at the top of the hour. Woo! Thank goodness. The show is about to go down a rabbit hole, and I don't have my compass.
We're not gonna make it back.
Hey, we'll take the top of the hour break. We got Cliff May, Robert Webb in the house. 855-525-5683 is the number. Y'all need to put on a good face, too, because, things are happening with this station. I'm serious about the television show.
I can't be on TV, man.
Why? You want it?
I can't
Somewhere?
be on TV, yeah.
You are?
Yeah. I can't be on TVs.
Why?
Because I don't want everybody seeing me.
Well, we just going to have to fire you then,
All
man.
my sexiness.
Yeah.
What's up, player? What's up?
I'm on baby.
All the women screaming, Robert, Robert, oh my God, look at Robert.
I can't afford alimony.
No, man.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Look at your heels, I said.
I want to
He
apologize.
really got all his teeth.
I want to apologize right
They
now for
having all
this
the
show.
rest of the looking for.
We've got an hour to
I
go,
did not know Dave was so great.
and I don't think I'm going to
big old
make it.
strong arms.
Dave looks so
He look like he been working out every day.
Dave look hot.
He look like he can lift my credit score all the way up.
Dave, what you been doing, Dave? What you eat, Dave? Tell us about your food. Cause you look so hot and sexy.
You look like you been working out.
Dave, why is you so sexy like that?
We'll be back in a moment.
Dave.
I'm killing at mics right now.
He got that. Woo! He got that working out. Woo! That shirt so tight.
Lord have mercy.
It's a workout program, Dave.
No, Fox News been pushing a little thing on police.
You said what?
They've been kind of pushing an agenda all week about police. All week they've been talking about, they got pissed off because Pantaleo got fired. So all week they've been on a rager talking about left-leaning people don't respect law enforcement, and they're calling for laws to protect police from being attacked. And they keep showing that one video of the guy dumping the water on the cops. They're like, oh, police are. And
Okay, I'll give them a law. All right, if you want us to pass that law, then let's pass a law that makes sure that you don't shoot and kill innocent people. I'm game for that.
But they don't want that.
Well,
What
the
they want is for them to be a protected group of people so they
Exactly.
can go and do whatever they want.
Governor Gavin Newsom in California, they passed their law exactly like that. Whereas that you're going to have to justify shooting and killing someone,
Yeah.
which needs to be.
But what they're calling for right now is a law to protect police, and they keep claiming, like last couple of days, they were talking about how police are under attack from everyone in society, and poor them, and
Well, quit.
doing their job, and
Quit.
this and that and the other.
I'm trying to remember what was the worst job that I ever had. The worst job I ever had was I actually had to go and shovel rubber pieces. Where they chop up the rubber and they lay it in playgrounds and this, that, and the other. So years ago, I got this job. It was the job from hell. Okay? I was hot. I was sweaty. It was just the worst job I had ever had. I went home and I was stinky.
You got me on that one.
And you know what I did?
Since 1966.
Because I hated that job, I quit. So when these police are whining and complaining about, oh, woe is me, they're treating us so bad, this job is so tough, all you gotta do, dog, is quit. Just quit, man. Just quit.
Or stop killing innocent black people.
Right. That's all you gotta do.
Just stop being a murderer.
I mean, I ain't mad at you. Just quit, dog.
70246-2611. Call, click, or come by. MitchellFuneralServices.com. Don't wait till we're needed. Call us now. Let's walk through this together. 870-246-2611. It's quality you can appreciate and service you can depend on at Mitchell Funeral Home.
Oops.
You got it. An easy Los answer to your aggravation. Joy Network.
The views and opinions expressed today on Black Focus Radio are not the views and opinions of the station, its management, or its advertisers. Now, let's get ready to focus on our issues, our solutions, using our voices on Black Focus Radio.
Oh.
The show designed with our community in mind, where where we focus on
I found
our
it in a
issues,
moment.
developing our solutions using our voices. Central Arkansas, surrounding areas, and the nation. Get
Well, that's
ready.
14 days. Let's try that one.
At
There it is.
855-525-5683. So here's your host, David W. Coleman and Robert Webb.
All right. Welcome back to the second hour of the show. Our issues, our solutions, our voices. I've got the natives back in line now. So hopefully we'll stay on topic. Can we do that, guys? I mean, can we make a commitment? I've got our listeners saying, what are y'all drinking today?
It is Friday, my boy.
Okay. Somebody said not the trio together today. I mean, okay. I mean, what's
All I did
wrong
was
with
ask a
y'all?
question, man.
So hopefully, now I'm telling Liz. By the way, I understand Miss Hemphill is having a birthday today.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to Miss Hemphill.
Happy birthday to you, Miss Hemphill. We love you, Miss Hemphill. Happy birthday. We love you, boo. Happy birthday. Okay.
You really shouldn't be talking like that to a former teacher.
How you doing?
Happy birthday, Miss
Did you?
Hemphill.
What teachers at Central did you have a crush on?
Man, Miss Hemphill was one of them. But I saw her husband. I was like, oh, I can't have my crush on her.
You had a crush on Miss Hemphill?
That's what I can't.
You did.
I can't have my crush on her. I
You
saw
know,
her husband.
Miss Hemphill, you hear that?
I had a crush on her.
Was Miss Baskins over there when you were there?
Nah, I don't remember Miss Bassett, but I had a crush on Miss Thrasher too. My first year there, but she kind of,
Wanda Baskins was mine. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, of course.
I took business law just to take a class on Miss
I know,
Baskins.
but this teacher I had a crush on, but she wasn't at Central. Oh my God, Miss Ziegler used to be so hot. She was really hot. I used to be crazy about Miss Ziegler.
No, Miss Baskins was mine. And then I had a crush on a couple of my elementary school teachers.
Really?
Yeah, Miss
I used to have a crush on Miss Johnson. She was my third grade teacher. She was mean as fuck.
Miss Seward.
I had a crush on her. She saw my mom at the grocery store.
And she told it.
Woo, man! You talking about it was ugly up in
So,
that piece.
so what was the name of that grocery store on 12th Street?
Then it was Safeway.
It sure was.
My grandmother, man, my mother.
It wasn't Wine Gardens.
No, it was Safeway then.
Okay.
Man, we
You know,
was-
right there where the
man.
the new police station is, used to be a grocery store, right?
Yeah, that was Wine Garden.
That was Wine
That was
Gardens.
Wine Garden.
And
The
then
other one was Safeway.
right. Okay.
But man, yeah, we walked through the produce section, man.
And A Days Drugstore.
It
was on 13.
But hey, man, can I finish? We was walking through the produce department, man.
Were you
Miss
walking through the
Just-
produce department?
Miss Just was so hot. She just sashayed through that.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at her like, wow, she is so beautiful. She is so beautiful. You know, because I'm a little kid. She is so beautiful. And then she walked up and said, girl, your son's been acting a butt in my class. She said, I didn't know that. I'm going to take care of that.
First one.
It was over with. I had no crush on my mama.
No, she told you.
My crush left. I was crushless.
Oh, you poor thing. Well, I had two. Miss Seward was my third grade teacher. And, yeah, I've seen that. And,
Miss Seward?
yeah, Miss Seward was my third grade teacher. And my fourth grade teacher was Miss Cox. So those were my two crushes. And then I get to high school. You know, fortunately for me, I had quite a few black teachers growing up. You know, so then I had Miss Jackson. She was in the 5th grade. And then it wasn't until high school where I got Miss Baskins, who was, and I took typing
I
and
didn't have
business
many
law.
women teachers. I had Mrs. Slater, Mr. Ricks was holding me down. Them my dogs right there. If not for them, I would have never made it.
I didn't have many male teachers at all. The only
Mr. Slater, Mr.
the only
Ricks,
male
Mr. Moses.
teacher I had was Mr. Page at Dunbar, and he was a shop teacher.
Really?
You know, but other than that,
I had
I didn't
Mr.
have.
Bishop for
And he
shop.
was black. He was
He
he
had
was
one
black.
finger cut off. He used to always say, "Don't do this." We used
My
to
favorite
cut
teacher.
stuff.
Was he white?
Yeah, he was white.
I think I think that's the same guy that was at Dunbar. I mean, at
He was at
Southwest.
Henderson when I was at Henderson.
Yeah, I think because I remember my shop teacher over there having a finger cut off
He had
as
one
well.
finger cut off, man.
You know, so
he couldn't work the tools. He learned how to work the tools, man. He was good. Before that, he had
Yeah.
the things, man.
So I remember that. But other than that, I didn't have. Well, part of the reason I was always in advanced classes. So most of the male teachers, the black ones,
Yeah.
they taught the remedial students.
The black teachers did.
Most of the black male teachers, yeah.
Okay.
And once I got to high school, I know my 12th grade year. I'm trying to think. I didn't have a black. Well, I had Miss Baskins
You
because
had Dr. Harris for biology.
Now we had my sophomore year. We had Mr. Holmes, who was a black principal.
I tell people all the time, Dr. Harris was the best teacher ever because I got an A in biology. And let me tell you something, dog. I don't know nothing about biology. All you had to do with Dr. Harris just show up, man. You just had to show up in his class because I got an A, dude. Now, do you know how impossible it is for Robert Webb to get an A?
Yeah, I understand that.
Most time I'm sleeping in class. This was the last period, right? I would be sleeping class. I'd be sleeping, man.
Our education system outdated anyway. So.
Yeah, man. Dr. Harris was a great teacher. Mr. Harris was a great teacher. And I want to say right now, may he rest in peace. I love him to death. He was
Because he gave you an A while you slept in
I think
class.
everybody got an A in his class. I had a cousin who couldn't read, got a B. So you know.
Did he know it was a B?
He did not know it was a B.
What the here is?
He did not know it was a B. But that's what's crazy, man. Mr. Harris, man. Mr. Harris was a bomb diggity. I got an A in that, man. I only got one A though. I had him for a whole semester, but I only got one A.
Wow.
I guess when I got the A, I guess I stopped going to classes as much as I did before. So I guess I stopped sleeping. I don't know what the deal was, man. But he didn't give me an A no more. He started giving me C's. Maybe he made a mistake the first time. Maybe I should have got a C the first time. I don't know.
My favorite teacher was Miss Criswell.
Whoever that was.
Miss Griswold?
Miss Criswell.
Really? Did you ever go on vacation with her?
No. No. It was a lady teacher down in Atlanta that when the school I went to. She was.
Oh, okay.
You don't get that, Chris. You didn't get
I'm
that.
ignoring it.
You didn't get that joke, did you?
I'm ignoring it.
Actually, it was the Griswolds.
It's so close, it don't matter.
Yeah.
It was so close.
You get it now?
Okay,
Christmas
yeah.
vacation.
Yeah, it was so close, it don't matter. It was close.
He threw some shade on you.
No,
You just
that was
missed
shade.
it.
You didn't get it.
I thought it was a Deadpool joke there for a second.
Yeah.
No,
Deadpool joke? I don't know. I don't watch Deadpool.
You don't want to know.
Have you watched Deadpool? You never seen Deadpool?
Hilarious.
You should watch it. It is one of
Well,
It is one of the.
Anything with dead in the title, I'm not gonna watch it.
Look,
No.
look. Would you stop being so sensitive, Mr. 9mm carrier?
I
Yeah.
don't carry 9. I carry 3.8.
You like
Okay.
guns, right?
Well, what up? You should
This
watch.
movie's full of
Look,
guns.
take our advice this weekend. Go watch Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2. I'm
You like
serious.
comedies?
Okay.
You gonna love it.
It is a comedy superhero movie, and it is hilarious and good. By the
All
way,
right, cool. I'll check it out.
and look,
Deadpool
and
1,
it's,
Deadpool 2.
yeah, it's 2 of them. And if you don't like it,
Well, technically there's a third, but it's
but if you don't like it, Cliff will give you $25.
All right, bet. I'm gonna watch it then. Now, I'm already telling you now, Cliff.
I'm about
Can
to
you give
pay
my $25 because I don't like it?
I'm paying food stamps.
You take an food stamp and an installment.
You take an EBT card, though?
Taking EBTs, baby. Swipe.
You know, so.
He said he gonna pay me in food stamps and in installments. That's what's up. I like that.
Okay. So, but seriously, watch it. It is a.
Just for you, Dave, because you want me to watch it.
That's mighty.
Robert Webb and Deadpool tonight. Check it out.
You'll like it.
All
Trust
right,
me.
let's do it.
I got a home. You can hang out.
All right, bet.
Yeah, you go to Russellville. No,
Yeah.
he don't need to be up in Russellville. He one of them big black ones.
He'll have a
get
lady
profiled.
swarming.
You know, he'll have the ladies.
The daughters will be swarming.
Oh, you got some little.
Hey man, homie, don't play that. Hey
Uh,
man, I ain't lost none in Russellville. Only time
You
in
can be the
Russellville.
fly in the sugar bowl.
Only time I'm going to Russellville, I'm going at 40, man.
oh.
You got issues, Chad. Both of y'all got issues, man. Both of you cats got issues.
He's such a
Well,
tall
Jesus
feeler.
Christ,
Look at
man.
him. Got all his teeth.
He's got
He got all his
he's
teeth.
such
He's
a-
so tall.
I
He's
guess it is
such a
my turn.
big, black, sexy man.
I don't think they'd be saying like, they'd be like, hey, Dave.
Oh,
Dave, come over here,
man.
Dave. Come over here, Dave, you Mandingo warrior. Come over here, Dave.
Oh man, I'm just saying.
Dave, come over here, Dave, with that little speed on. Let me see you, Dave.
I'm
Dave,
just saying.
twirl for me, Dave. Twirl.
Can you hand me my chew?
Take a twirl, Dave. Take a twirl for me, Dave. Let me see you twirl that fine Dave.
I would like to apologize
Dave,
for
twirl
for
it,
the show
Dave.
today.
Twirl it, Dave.
It has went completely off the
Twirl it,
rails.
Dave.
I knew when I said
Twirl it, Dave.
I knew when Cliff
Dave,
came
can
today.
you twirl it for
I
me?
knew when Cliff said he was coming to the show today. I kind of
Hey, this ain't me. This
my
is Dave.
eyes just rolled back into my
Twirl
head.
it, Dave. Oh my God.
This ain't me. This is Robert right now.
Look, we've got potential advertisers listening to the
Dave,
show,
Dave.
and y'all acting a fool.
Can you give me that blue bucket over there so I can put my teeth in there?
Oh,
Can you come over here so I
God.
can talk with you for just a minute,
Wow.
Dave?
I like to talk
Dave!
shop.
I have another story
David
I'd like to talk
Coleman.
about today.
What's the next story?
Hey Julia, how you doing
David
today?
Coleman, David
You know.
Coleman. I would really like to talk to you about a few things. those things you
Okay.
say on your radio show, you know you's a black racist. Have you ever been told you's a black racist, Dave? And Dave, black people's condition is Dave's fault. I has been up here my whole life, Dave. I work very hard. Look at my house, Dave. I know we ain't got but 4 rooms, Dave, but we work hard for these 4 rooms, Dave.
I worked 12 long years.
Black folk can have the same thing, Dave. Y'all just don't want it, Dave. You gotta get out here and get it.
Yeah.
Dave,
I love living in poverty. Yeah.
You're a black racist.
I love having a duck under my bed when I hear gunshots.
You're a black racist, Dave.
Yeah. I just love it.
Dave, I want you to come over here and kiss me, Dave, but I want you to, before you kiss me, Dave, I want you to say your name is Kunta. Can you do that, Dave? Come over here, Dave. Let me hear you do that real quick, Dave. Dave,
no.
can you do that, Dave? Just say Kunta one time, Dave, please.
Kunta.
Oh my goodness, Dave! Oh my goodness, Dave! Can you give me a towel, Dave? I need a towel, Dave. Oh my God! And did you see what Dave just
I got
did?
me a
Oh
Toby.
my God!
I got me a Toby.
He's so hot!
Y'all are just.
Call Lillian them up.
Oh God.
Hey Dave, I done told you, boy, by doing that, my wife did. Don't you say Kunta no more.
Okay. All right.
Don't you say Kunta.
Okay. I'll just let y'all just do the rest of the show.
What's the next
I mean,
story? What's the next story?
I try to come on
Story.
here.
Amazon?
I'm gonna tell you right now. When you're no longer allowed on the show when Robert is here. Okay? I'm nip it in the bud. I'm nipping it in the bud right now.
That last part
Right
wasn't
now.
me.
You never watched Grandma Powell, did you? Come on, Sergeant Carter, what you doing?
Nip it. That wasn't Gomer Powell. That was not either. It was Barney Fife.
I do declare.
I just started running. Me and Jenny like peas and carrots.
Peas and carrots.
And then something bit me.
Hey, Jim, my name's Jim.
And I ended up out there with Lieutenant Dan. He had no legs, but he likes to swim.
Dave Coleman. I heard you have a.
I just
you have
started
an affinity
running.
for older white women, and I just wanted to tell you.
I went on
Roseberry's
over to
always
that
look like-
show right there called Black Focus. Me and Jenny just talked about all kinds of things and black people.
And what y'all say about black people there?
There's all kinds of
Forrest.
panthers and stuff.
Forrest, we're gonna start our own company, Forrest. We're gonna start Bubble Gump Sprint.
You know what?
Barbecue strip. There's turkey strip. Script to be scripted. It is just script. We got our own barbecue company.
Hey, look, I'm sorry, folks. I am so sorry. I had no. Look, I'm telling you right now. Cliff is no longer. I'm not gonna even take Cliff's instant messages anymore. Cliff, don't even send me any more instant messages. My gosh. No, but I'll be honest with you. No, I've never seen that movie.
You never see Forrest Gump?
Never.
Man, Forrest Gump is great.
Nope.
I watch
Never
Forrest
seen
Gump
it.
every time I see it. I watch it.
Nope.
I love that movie, man.
Nope.
That movie's addictive.
Where was it? Where was it filmed? What was it in? Alabama?
I think Alabama.
Nope.
Rainbow, Alabama.
No.
Rainbow, Alabama.
I had them braces on my legs.
I should have
I
said.
like when the doctor walked out and said, "Your mama really love your education, boy."
Is there Mr. Gump, Mrs. Gump?
Yep. Yep.
Your boy.
Jenny,
below
I
the
do know what
IQ.
love is, Jenny.
Okay.
I sure do love location.
I love location. Stupid is, stupid does, Dave.
Just like Trump
Just like him.
and his daughter.
And Dave, I did so good at the University of Alabama. Guess what they did? They gave me a job cutting grass. They did.
My black pastor says that Trump's a good guy.
He's a great guy.
He come on over down to St. Mark's.
And I just wish Bubba hadn't died. Me and Bubba, that's all I'm going to say about that. But Dave,
Y'all done? Yeah, I'm
no,
just.
Dave.
What's the next story?
I'm
Please
just.
go with the show, Dave.
I'm just letting y'all go. I mean, this,
I'm ready for the next story. I don't know what Robert doing.
Why you taking so long?
Robert over here messing around.
Get on your thing, Dave. Get on your thing. Let's do this thing, boy. Come on. Come on now. I know y'all black boys don't like to be called boy. What you want me to call you? Black boy man? Come on, black boy man. Come on now. Get the next story up there. What you got for us? What you got? Something good.
hang on a minute. I need to do something. Just a moment.
Opinions expressed today on Black Focus Radio are not the views and opinions of the station, its management, or its advertisers. Now, let's get ready to focus on our issues, our solutions, using our voices on Black Focus Radio.
First thing, I think it's racist to have a show called Black Focus. Now that I'm on here, I want a show called Off Black Focus.
I want
Off
Black Focus.
I want Beige Focus. Can you do Beige Focus, Dave?
Yeah, you can
Change it to Beige Focus, Dave. I want Beige Focus, Dave.
I want all live focus.
You can buy some time and have your own damn show.
Dave, I don't spend money with blacks. I don't spend money with colors, Dave. I don't spend money with colors, Dave. I'm telling you now, I don't spend money with colors.
Could one of y'all jokes is
I don't open the door for colors, Dave. I'm not no porter. I don't open the door for colors. You're in the South, boy. Where you think you at?
Could one of y'all get the door, please? If you
How many of y'all can read and write, Dave? How many blacks can read and write?
I can.
Blacks can't read and write, Dave.
I can't.
Not only can they not read and write, they don't even work, Dave. They don't work.
No.
Your folks don't work, Dave.
No. Well,
I mean, I don't even know what to say.
I don't. We wait on our reparations. We wait
Our
on
country,
our check.
Dave. How you gonna get some reparations? You gotta do some work first, Dave.
Look,
They
my
say,
ancestors.
Dave,
were.
I don't know it to be true,
My
Dave, but
ancestors
they
were.
say that 50% of the black men in the black community don't work, Dave. What you want reparations for, boy?
I need my check. I need my money like a hog needs slop.
What have you done to get a check? Why are you deserving of a check, Dave?
Because my grandparents.
Your grandparents wasn't no damn slaves.
No,
Your grandmother worked for me, boy. Who you talking about?
Wow, I didn't see this.
He set Trump free. What, Dave? What you got, Dave? David Coleman, will you give us another story? Because
I'm waiting. I've got plenty of stories, but apparently y'all have just taken over the show. I mean, I come here every day to try to put together a credible, good Emmy award-winning type show.
I think you
And
thoroughly
then,
deserve an award.
you know,
it's a really good
All
show.
you know that old saying, "How can I soar with eagles when I work with turkeys?" I mean,
oh my goodness.
I
That
just-
was so cute.
you know.
That was so cute.
See, even they even said, "Cut their mics off."
Who said that?
Latonya said, "Cut their
I'll tell
mics."
you, we ain't thinking about you.
Love you, Tanya.
We ain't thinking about
We
you.
love
Tom.
you.
Oh God.
Cut their mics out, Dave.
We love you,
They just
Tanya.
giving too much truth up in here today. All right, what you got?
Oh, by the way, Michelle and Barack Obama are buying a $15 million estate in Martha's Vineyard.
Oh my goodness.
I know y'all happy for them, aren't you?
Who money they use?
What? They gonna give it to charity though.
Yeah.
You know, right?
15 million. Where they get $15 million from?
You tell me. Y'all love y'all some Obama and Michelle.
Big bank right there.
$15 million. So that means if they buying $15 million, that tells you right there that they got some bank.
Yeah, well, I just want y'all to know. I guess I'll go ahead and announce it now. I'm gonna buy an apartment in Madison Heights. I just want y'all to know that now.
What's wrong with
2-bedroom.
What's wrong with Madison Heights?
That's nothing wrong. I'm just letting y'all know I'm moving up into the big time.
In fact,
Peace out, player.
In fact, Madison Heights
Or
looks
should I
good
go to
now.
Tuxedo? Should I go to Tuxedo Courts? Which would you prefer?
Where's Tuxedo Court?
Dude, where you from? How do you not know where Tuxedo Courts is, dude? Who are you?
I'm David
If
Coleman.
anybody sees the Black David Coleman, can you please tell him to come see? Can you please tell him to come to Black Focus Radio?
Here he is.
We don't know who you are. You just got issues.
Oh, this is pretty cool. Former Texas pastor opens free auto shop for women who are short on money and long on troubles.
What? What? Say it again now.
A former Texas pastor opens free auto shop for women who are short on money.
So how do they pay? Listen, we got a club in the back. We got a club in the back. We're gonna fix your brakes, but you got to give us 2 hours.
When I first read that story, I was like, okay, where they getting the pods from?
That's what's up.
I'm just saying.
John Bernthal.
I'm just saying. 855-525-5683. Oh, maybe A$AP Rocky has had an epiphany.
Who?
You know A$AP Rocky?
Man, hell with him. Why are you even talking about that dude?
Because he's trying to come back. He's trying to reclaim his blackness.
You can't. You went too far, player.
Wait a minute, can I read
Nah,
the story?
Okay, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Before you hate on this brother?
Okay, go ahead.
This brother who was
He not
a
a
brother,
brother. He not a
who ain't
brother.
a brother, who wants to be a brother
You know
again?
what? He's not a brother.
Okay. A$AP Rocky reportedly is ignoring Trump's demand for a public thank you and we are here for it. So in other words, Trump allegedly, to show you how shallow he think black people are, that if he go and get a wannabe rapper that no one knows about out of prison over in another country, that black people will say,
Did he really get him out of prison?
well,
supposedly. Allegedly.
So now he thinks that black people are going to run to him and say, "Oh, Mr. Trump, we love you, Mr. Trump, Mr. Trump."
Trump said, "Y'all some ungrateful niggas." Because he got the other ball boy out of prison too in China. Y'all just ungrateful. Even flew him back on the plane. Y'all ungrateful Negroes.
Yeah.
So ASAP Brackett ain't gonna say thank you.
Apparently not. He tried to get his black card back.
Man.
Look. What's her name? Chrisette Michelle? Is that her name?
Yeah.
She ain't recovered yet, dog.
She ain't going to.
She ain't recovered. Man, I saw something a few months ago where she went through withdrawals. She went through depression. She thought about killing herself.
And she should.
Oh, Robert.
Hey, listen. Come
on.
I'm just for real, man. The one thing I hate is if we all decide we going left and you decide to go right, it's consequences, player.
I kind of agree.
There's consequences. I'm tired of that, man. I'm tired of people going, "Oh, well, you know what? We still gonna love them." Hell no, I ain't finna love them.
Said the capitalist.
I'm a capitalist straight up. But if you know what though, if y'all said, "Robert, we're not gonna do X, Y, Z," I'll be like, "All right, I'm down."
Robert.
And if they came to me,
Robert.
and said, "Hey, Robert, we're gonna give you $1 million,
Robert.
so that you can do A, B, and C," I'm gonna have to look at y'all and go, "Hey, listen, I understand what y'all doing, right? But the brother needs these millions."
But that's what A$AP Rocky was doing.
What?
That's what that's why he was saying, hey, he ain't from the hood. He ain't worried about no marching.
I'm not detaching myself from my community though. I'm not doing that.
Man.
I'm never gonna do that.
That's what Jay-Z was saying. Hey,
Man,
kneeling is dead, man. I'm going to go get this money again.
Yeah, whatever, man. I'm not
was on the
gonna
road
detach
for a
myself
while.
from my community. Though. There's a difference between detaching myself from my community and doing something to better my community. That's a difference, bro. There's a distinct difference between that. Some brothers, now Jay-Z, I don't consider me one of them. All the stuff Jay-Z does, man, I don't know if people ever just take an opportunity and just Google some of the stuff Jay-Z's done.
He's doing a lot of
He's
good
doing
things
some
over the
good
last few
stuff, man,
years.
for brothers in the hood, man. So
But-
I give him a pass that I wouldn't give other cats.
I don't want to give him a pass, but
I give him a pass. And the reason I give him a
a
pass,
chance to redeem himself.
let me tell you why I give him a pass. Because the brother is taking his money, he's putting his money to work to help other brothers, right?
Yeah.
So for that, I get it.
And he does pay his people really well.
Yeah.
He pays his people way above the minimum.
Yeah, and if you ever watch, I'm a big supporter of P. Diddy. I was a big supporter of Suge Knight. I was a big supporter of Dr. Dre. I'm big supporters of those brothers, man. Because those brothers put other brothers to work. You with me? So if you ever watch these shows, when they're doing these shows where they're talking about, Biggie and Tupac, man, I don't really know what you're doing, Dave. If you ever watch these shows, right, you'll see that these people got all these black folks working for them, right? They got all these black employees. We never even stop to think about that. How many black employees these record companies employ?
But at the sake of working for the man.
I can't say it. I can show it to you though.
But when David Banner came down, one of the things that he said that kind of stuck out to me was, if you're not using your education or your career to help advance your people or to make room for more jobs for your own community, then you're not really being a help to fight white supremacy. I thought it was a really good thing that he said. He said to fill a room full of white
He ain't
folks.
saying nothing, but he want to play music when we say something.
It's payback from earlier. That's all I was gonna say.
I'm just saying. This is what I'm saying.
It's a good song though. I do like it. I like classical music.
Well, here's my thing. I'm just saying.
I don't give Jay-Z a pass, but I think he definitely should be given a chance to redeem himself.
Well, here's what I'm saying about this. Right now, I look at Jay-Z and all those guys who have made money. They're corporations, okay? They are. They're corporations.
Self-employed, essentially.
And they made their money. And I'm going to say about them the way I say about corporations. They made their money off the backs of people, okay? So when you give back, I'm not going to pat you on the back. That's what you ought to be doing. Okay? So I hear everybody start talking about, oh, well, Jay-Z did this, and Snoop Dogg did that, and Pookie Nookie did this, and Pookie Nookie did that. Well, you got where you are on the backs of black people. So you ought to be giving back. Okay?
You know what?
So I'm not going to. I'm finishing my comment. I've been sitting there taking all this from y'all. I'm going to finish right now.
Sometimes black folk got to decide how they want to play this game. You got to decide how we want to play the game.
No, I ain't playing no game. I'm just saying they should be giving back. Just like corporations. You ought to be giving back. You're making Walmart,
but you know
Walgreens.
What? Let me tell you the bad thing about giving back. It should be more black people in positions to receive what they're giving back. Because these brothers are setting up all these foundations and trusts, but we are not going out trying to get the money and trying to improve our communities. That's problematic.
Why aren't we going out?
I don't know.
I agree though. I think there should be.
Who do you agree with, me or Robert?
Of course you agree with me. But I say that. I swear on Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say Dave.
Turn Cliff Michael.
I was gonna say I do agree that they should be giving back, but I also feel like when some of these guys do something, I think it shouldn't necessarily be overlooked.
He said, dude.
Whatever, man. All I'm saying is they should have an obligation to give back at some point. To help the people who put them in their position that they are.
And that's my point.
They made their money off of you. They
But you know
should be
what?
giving back.
It doesn't make sense for. Hold on. It doesn't make sense for them to give back. If the people when they're giving back, the people who are taking the revenue are white people who are coming into black communities. It's pointless. Because it's kind of an oxymoron.
Just when they're specifically the ones I'm talking about, the ones that give back specifically back to their own neighborhood.
Tell him, Cliff.
Or their own
Tell
people.
him.
Like Dr.
Yeah,
Dre
that's
just put in
cool.
like. Dr. Dre just put in like a $10 million art center back in some high school in Compton.
Who cares? He gave SC $100 million.
Yeah, that was for music. That was for a whole department. Though.
No, that was so he get his child in SC.
That was for a whole department. Day.
He gave him $10 million, $100 million.
That was for
Why did he give $100 million to the black
So
community?
you think Steph Curry did that for his daughter so she can go to Howard? He gonna start the golf team so she can go to Howard?
Problem.
Man, you a shallow, bro.
I'm just saying.
You think low of black people.
All I'm saying is they
Are you
should
black,
give back,
Dave?
but they should
Sometimes.
It should be overlooked. It should be overlooked. Is all I'm saying when they do give back, because sometimes I think it's so easy for them not to give back, and it's kind of expected for a lot of them.
Well, that was A$AP Rocky before he got in jail.
Hey,
Yeah, but I mean, because you have people like
Name a song by A$AP Rocky.
I don't even know who A$AP Rocky is.
he had that song. I think "No Problems" with G-Eazy.
No problem.
Yeah,
He got some damn problems, did he? He had some problems. That song ain't true. He should have been on that song.
he's got a bunch of good songs.
His song, he should have been on Locked Up. That's the one he should have been.
I'm not a big fan of his, but he does have some hits here and there.
So it sounds like you're a fan of his because you know one of his songs.
Yeah, you know what? You
I never heard of
mix.
that guy before.
I didn't hear about him until he got locked up.
He's pretty big with the younger people.
Yeah, that's the problem.
A$AP held with Rocky, right?
You know.
There's a whole crew of ASAPs. There's A$AP Rocky and there's A$AP Ferg.
Let me ask you a question. Since you're a young person, why is it that they gotta have names of gangsters? Why can't they just can't call themselves,
And why they gotta steal names?
Well,
why big,
I'll never buy another Rick Ross album.
the one thing that I hear from a lot of them is that they grow up in so I watch a lot of documentaries, a lot of interviews and stuff like that. I'm just, journalism is my thing, and so what I hear from a lot of them is
Talk about rap. He gets serious. Go ahead. Please continue.
Journalism is his thing.
Please continue.
I've only been doing this for 35 years, but
No, I'm just saying
journalism
it's kind of like a natural interest. It's
Go
almost like-
ahead, continue.
I'm not saying I do it professionally.
I'm sorry.
but I'm just
It's
saying-
okay. We didn't mean to interrupt you. We're waiting with bated breath to be educated.
So a lot of them always. One of the common things that you hear from most of them is that growing up, a lot of them look to movies like a lot of them have the names or they have the mentality based off of The Godfather. They looked at that as an example of.
So
how
let me stop you right there. Isn't it kind of ironic
I know
that
Italians.
that you model yourself after white people? I'm just saying, it's kind of like fraternities and sororities. You become Greek
Or Jesus.
when you become African, when you were African. I don't know. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah. And so, and then you have the other ones, a lot, well, not say the other ones, but a lot of other,
Happy birthday, Miss MPL.
Happy birthday, Miss Hill.
a lot of other people in hip hop often will refer to their childhood as admiring the hustlers in the neighborhood because they had the money, they had the cars, they saw it as a way for them to kind of escape their situation in poverty. Living
Ice
in these,
Cube didn't have to go through that.
I know, but for some of these other guys, that's all they saw as an image of success. And so that's what you will hear from them when you ask them, what was your initial inspiration or what, who.
You see how disconcerting that is now? Get him, Robert. Get him. You see, when you're trying to be serious and somebody acting a fool when you're trying to be serious. You see how that feel? I hope that really hit you where it hurted.
It is Friday. It is Friday.
I
I
give
don't
you
know why
a-
y'all so damn serious today. Nobody want to be serious today but y'all.
Miss
It is Friday.
Hemphill, Miss Hemphill sent me some hearts back.
Hey, Miss Hemphill. Miss Hemphill, why you send me hearts?
Cause she ain't even on your feed. She gets on my feed.
Miss Hemphill. That's all right. That's all right.
You know, Miss-
I ain't tripping.
You know what? Miss Hemphill probably thought I was crazy when I was in
No,
high
she knew
school.
it was crazy.
Because I was in so I'll tell you a quick story. So I was in I took mostly advanced classes. Biology was one of them, but I hated my
Oh,
biology
you took
teacher.
advanced classes?
I hated my biology teacher. And he made us go out and do a bug collection. He wanted us to and turn around lens. And I want y'all to get the bugs. And we're going to have a bug collection. And that's going to be part of your grade. I hated him. And so I hated him so bad that I made them take me out of his class. Okay? So I had to take that science. So they put me in Miss Hemphill's class. And she knew I wasn't supposed to be in there. But she was just so sweet, nice, and everything. I was just, that's why I like me some Miss Hempill.
I like science, but I wasn't that great at physics.
What is your problem today?
I know y'all like that, right?
What is that?
Y'all know St. Elmo's Fire? Where y'all from, dude? Really? I'm done with y'all.
What?
I'm finna go. I see y'all.
What
I see
was
y'all
that?
The thing from St. Elmo's Fire. What's wrong with y'all, dude?
Oh my God, you just played that on my show?
Dude, what is wrong with y'all?
St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah, what's
Really?
wrong with y'all? Yeah, you don't like that?
You just really played that
Would
on
you like to step out in the hall day?
The show will be over in 25 minutes.
I can't wait.
Can't wait for me.
I can't wait. I'm gonna forget by then.
Why would he play St. Elmo's
Would
Fire?
you prefer something better? Okay, great.
Ah.
Great, not a problem, Dave.
I mean-
Not a problem.
Come on, Rob. Don't
Not a
embarrass
problem,
us
Dave. Not a problem. Not a
anymore.
problem at all.
I'm just saying. Anyway, have y'all been following this chicken sandwich war?
Huh?
Have y'all? It reminds me a lot of the burger wars back in the day with Wendy's and Where's the Beef and Burger King and all this. Popeyes is selling this new chicken sandwich.
Oh, I heard it was so good.
And
I will tell you this though. I did eat the Impossible Whopper. I did get that, and it wasn't bad.
you
I don't know what
know
it
it's
is.
not meat.
Yeah, they told me it wasn't meat.
It's
I don't
not
know
meat.
I don't know what it is, but it wasn't bad.
It's mystery meat.
I thought they said it was vegetables. Just a bunch of vegetables ground up.
That's what they tell you. They say there are no aliens at Area 51 too, don't they? I'm just saying.
Ah, yeah, that's good.
So y'all hadn't been following this burger.
No,
This.
only you.
I'm-
You eat chicken, Dave.
Well,
All
I've
black
seen-
people don't eat chicken.
I've been watching. I've been checking out. Instagram is full of
So you
jokes
know
right now.
they said if they want to figure out a way to kill a bunch of black folk, they say just put it in the chicken.
Well, I was listening to
That was
the
in the movie
FDA the
once.
other day.
Put it in the chicken.
Speaking of which,
Undercover
now
Brother.
can I get serious for a moment?
Yeah, please get serious.
Can I get serious
Get
for a
serious
moment?
for a moment.
If you didn't watch the 60 Minutes this past Sunday, you really ought to watch it
I didn't
about
see that one. What was
the plastics and the pollution.
Oh, I saw that's old. I saw that.
Is it an old? Was
That's
that the?
old.
Was that the one where they went to Midway Island?
Yeah, and they showed all those stuff, all the plastic washing.
Okay,
Yeah,
that was the
I know
first
about
time
that
I had
like 3
seen it.
years ago.
yeah. That's what
Excuse
you
me.
need to be more. You need to stay up on your 60 minutes, player.
Look.
Don't come in here and try to tell us something that's old, dog.
You really want to know?
Now, go ahead and continue, Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
There's a documentary on Netflix called Plastic Ocean, and there's another one called Chasing Plastic. You should
Yeah,
check it out.
Chasing plastic. Yeah. But hey, that one you saw, it was really interesting. That the guy, so did they show the guy who created the thing that he's sucking up the stuff?
Yeah. Can I finish my point?
Yeah, please continue, Dave.
Y'all, is it okay?
Yeah.
Cliff,
You know what, Dave?
Cliff, is it okay with you? Can I finish my point?
Dave, you know what? Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Is it okay?
Go ahead.
I'm just here to listen.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
All right.
We're just here
Anyway.
to support you.
I'm
All
just
right.
a humble, meager servant.
Yes.
Okay.
Very humble of you.
All right. So I was bringing that up to bring up the fact that the Amazon is on fire. Now this is serious. Don't look at me like that. Stop it.
So I can't order that from Amazon?
Wait, is that where the warehouse is?
Yeah. I can't order that from Amazon? How long has it been on fire? How long has it been on fire, man? That's the first time I heard that. This is the one, no, look like it's the big plant. Which one is it?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
But that's seriously.
Okay.
Seriously.
I give.
Is it the big plant?
I
Or
give.
is it the one that look like it's like the main shipping plant?
I
But
give.
I still see Amazon boxes everywhere though. Seriously, what's wrong with y'all, man? Jesus.
I give.
I'm asking a
I'm
serious
done.
question here. No, seriously, I'm asking a serious
I'm done.
question.
I'm done. I'm done.
I need to order my son a computer and
Oh,
I'm going to order
God.
from Amazon, but if Amazon on fire,
Oh,
how
God.
the hell am I going to get it?
Please, somebody save me.
I mean, seriously, how am I going to get it if it's on fire?
Would someone call 855-525-5683
Dave, seriously.
and change the conversation, please?
Answer the question for me.
Would y'all do with somebody? Ms. MPL, call the station and I'll sing happy birthday to you.
How am I going to get the stuff I need if Amazon on fire?
Lord have mercy. Did y'all not even watch the news?
I haven't even seen Jeff Bezos say anything about that.
I didn't say Amazon. I said the Amazon.
Okay, what, you talking about a different Amazon than the Amazon where you order stuff from? There's only one Amazon, Dave.
No, Robert.
No, Dave, what's wrong with Cliff? God, you guys are silly, man. I'm trying to ask serious questions here, and y'all are not trying to hear me. What is wrong with you, man? Seriously.
I apologize. Those of you who are new to the show today, I promise you, it's not like this every day.
Dave,
And you know,
wait.
there is a unique common denominator that every time the show devolves into this mess right here, it is because of Cliff May. Every time. You know, when Cliff isn't
Are you
here,
gonna answer my question or not?
when Cliff isn't here, Robert is serious. We have serious
I'm
conversations.
being serious right now.
But Cliff shows up, and the show just goes off the rails. I'm sorry.
I'm being serious right now.
Y'all know I'm a serious brother.
Are you gonna
okay?
answer my question? You will keep ignoring.
You know, by the way, our former science teacher, she says actually it's the Amazon rainforest. Thank you.
What they got to do with Jeff Bezos?
Nothing.
So why y'all talking about it?
Well, the reason I'm talking about it because it could effectively keep us from being able to breathe. But that's not a big deal.
Wait a minute.
That's not a big deal.
Let me make sure I understand this. So I can still order computers from Amazon
For the time being, yes.
because Amazon's not on fire.
This ain't me, Dave.
Amazon's not on fire. Okay.
No. Okay.
I had nothing to do with this one.
Can I finish my story now?
I'm checking out their website right now. They didn't put nothing on there about the fire. So yeah, I'm glad you clarified that because you would have had people going crazy, Dave. Dave, you need to be more specific when you ask the specificity of what you're talking about.
Okay.
You're just gonna sit and
Okay.
throw a comment out there like
Okay.
the Amazon's on fire.
Okay.
Come on,
okay.
man.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Dave. You may continue.
The Amazon rainforest is on fire.
Thank you, David Collins. Now, do you mind telling us what that is?
That is that big old forest that's in Brazil and South
It's in Brazil,
America.
so it's not even close to us, right? How many people live on the Amazon rainforest?
It is the largest ecosystem in the world. It is responsible for cleaning all of the carbon out of the air. And if in fact, the fact that it is on fire is causing the carbon that is going into the air, which contributes to global warming. But Who am I? Who am I?
You still hadn't told me how it caught on fire. If don't nobody live there, how it catch on fire?
The report that I heard was that an oil company set it on fire in retaliation to losing a court battle with the one of the indigenous tribes that lives out there in the jungle. They wanted to drill for oil on their land, and they took them to court and they won surprisingly against the oil company, and the oil company apparently is one of the major donors for the law enforcement out there. So they pulled.
That's how you do it, baby. Set them on fire.
So they
Our
pulled,
resident science teacher says that the Amazon rainforest might as well be right next door. You're exactly right, Miss Henpill. Thank you for bringing some clarity to this issue.
Listen to the show.
Thank you for bringing some clarity to this issue, because I got a couple of knotheads in here today while I'm trying to be serious on a Friday, and they want to come up in here and act a fool. And our very existence could be at jeopardy if we don't do something about this.
The only ecosystem we have is the Amazon rainforest.
It is the largest in the world.
not just that, but it also has a lot of animals that are specific to that area that don't exist anywhere else. So
Like what?
There's
They got special kind of fish.
Like
they got freshwater dolphins.
right, the yellow
They
tree
have
frogs.
frogs. They got
Can you eat them?
you can eat them, but you need them for
If you eat a yellow tree frog, you'll die of poison.
Why? Because they yellow.
toxic, man.
Really? Okay. What else they got? Come on, give me some other stuff they got. I want to see what this special is so.
There's monkeys.
unique.
There's spiders.
There's monkeys and spiders everywhere.
Yeah, but
Not those kind.
specific to that area that don't exist.
So if you're saying
anywhere
if you take them to Africa, they won't make it.
else. They'll either die really fast or take over.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So you're saying that the Brazilian monkeys is more gangster than the African
No,
monkeys?
it's just like certain animals. You take them from one environment to another. They usually have to adapt, and if there's no predator above them that can take them out essentially, or to regulate their numbers, then they eventually take over. Like in Australia, they had some kind of frog, toad, or something down there that someone brought down there by accident, or took it down there, I guess, as a pet, and then it got loose and reproduced with the local stuff, and now they have every so often they have a plague of rats and toads and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. So what you're saying is that what's your problem, Dave?
Nothing.
So
Nothing.
you're saying I could
In connection with Dave's comment, there also was a huge disappearance of a glacier in Greenland, I believe.
Yes, it was.
So y'all believe that's all got to do with global warming?
Of course it does.
Yeah.
How you know? What empirical data do y'all have to support that?
The rising of the sea level, the temperature,
Right,
rising
there you go.
temperature of the sea
There you
level,
So what is all that in conjunction with though?
the increased amount of gases in the atmosphere.
Which the Amazon rainforest typically is designed to help clean, but because it's on fire.
Explain how it cleans it. I mean, seriously, I don't know. I'm asking.
It soaks in a lot of the
So all the gas floats to Brazil and
No.
it cleans it and sends it back.
it's not, it's,
I'm just curious. Listen. I'm asking legitimate questions. I know I sound like I'm being silly, but these are questions. I mean, seriously, I don't know anything about science.
in one way or another.
So how does does the carbon just all carbon get together and say, hey, listen, y'all, we need to roll up to Brazil. They need to clean us up, then we can come back. I mean, how does that happen?
No, the vegetation absorbs the stuff in the
What
the air.
vegetation? I thought that vegetation was on the ground. You said vegetation is now in the air.
No, it absorbs all that stuff out of the oxygen.
Oh,
out of
the
the air.
vegetation does.
Yeah.
So they must be strong as hell. They can pull stuff out. And how many miles away is it?
I'm gonna hand it over to Dave.
Yeah, come on, Dave.
But it absorbs all that stuff.
But that's
And our next story
no,
is
we're not leaving this one. I don't understand. No, seriously, I don't understand. I need y'all to explain to me how it works. I mean, seriously, I have never heard this before.
I can't tell if you're being serious.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Heart attack.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna try to explain this as simply as I can.
Okay.
Trees, greenery, is responsible for cleaning our air.
Right.
Okay,
Like a filter.
it's a filter. It filters out all of the toxins and stuff like that,
Right.
and transforms it back into the atmosphere as oxygen.
All right. Got it.
All right. If those trees begin to be cut down or destroyed, then we no longer have those filters to filter our air, and we begin to choke to death.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
As plain as I can put it.
So
And then the remaining of it, so with the excess amount of stuff in the atmosphere and in the air right now, due to a lack of trees, is going in the ocean, and the ocean is absorbing the rest of it. So the less trees you have, the less of those substances in the air being absorbed by the water in the ocean, which is not meant to handle a certain amount. So it's causing the temperatures in the water to increase, and it's causing the ice to melt, which also causes the ocean to rise, which also causes, with the water becoming warmer as it absorbs more water, it causes more ice to melt.
So you're saying that all these things are they're
It's all interconnected.
Are interconnected. So, I mean, and I'm being very serious, y'all. So don't start laughing and don't start doing crazy stuff because I'm very serious. I'm very serious. No, stop that. I'm very serious. So, if we have trees everywhere, I mean, trees are everywhere. Trees are not just synonymous to certain places. I mean, we have trees everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. Everywhere. We got trees in the United States. We got
Most places.
tons of trees.
Texas doesn't have a lot of trees.
Okay. Depends on if
Neither
you're a
does
rural
Los
Texas.
Angeles.
They have palm trees. Palm trees don't count?
Yeah, they're so sparse. I mean, you look at.
When was the last time you've been to LA?
It's been a while. And when I go to LA, I'm not really looking for trees. But my point is,
Well, you ain't gonna find many.
well, my point is we have trees all over the United States.
They got mountains though.
How does the carbon monoxide?
Big, tall mountains.
How does the carbon monoxide? How
Beautiful,
does the carbon
rocky
monoxide
mountains.
travel? So I mean, I would be thinking right now.
Carbon
Floats in air.
monoxide
It's like a-
is a gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a gas, right? So how does it travel then? How does it get to the rainforest and then get back? How does it get to Amazon, get its package and then get back? Tell me that.
Wind currents, water, precipitation.
Oh really? So all that.
Precipitation.
Weather patterns.
So
Did
it's
you ever-
good when the wind blows. The wind's blowing in new air, taking out the old.
Theoretically, yes.
And
That's really cool when this system.
sometimes moisture.
You know, at least the Ethiopians get it.
Why you say that?
You know, they recently planted 350 million trees in a 12-hour stint.
There's also a guy in northern Africa who's
I've seen that.
revegetating these parts of the desert. But they say there's actually a negative to that, because what they're saying now is that they've discovered, and they can see it from space, is that there's actually some of that sand and soil from northern Africa actually blows across the ocean into South America, and it carries over there, and it helps fertilize some of the land over in.
So you said that the south and the black sand is better than the other sand.
No, it's all connected.
It's all connected. What's wrong with y'all, man? I'm asking serious questions and y'all playing. You know what? All right, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just not gonna ask y'all nothing else. Y'all want to act crazy? I'm just not gonna ask y'all nothing. See, a brother try to get educated and y'all want to act funny with it. That's what we're talking about, right?
I'm
there.
fine. They making funny faces.
I was just going to say that something just came across my feed, and this is really serious. In lieu of flowers, the family of David Koch requests that mourners simply purchase a Republican politician.
I guess the price.
Did you get that?
You are sick.
I guess Procter and Gamble's gonna go up this week.
What? I'm just saying. You know,
You are sick.
I thought that was pretty good.
That was pretty decent.
Well, look, they say you don't speak ill of the dead. Well, I spoke ill of him while he was alive, so I can speak ill of him while he's dead. And just remember, ain't no ice water in hell, bro. And I hope you enjoy your visit.
Say what's up to Reagan, dog.
That's what I'm saying. And Bush.
And Nancy.
Oh, that's right. He's still living.
And Nancy.
And Reagan and Nixon.
855-525-5683 is the number. Okay, so I tell you what, folks.
What's next?
From this point on, when I say that Cliff is going to be in,
Oh man.
I'm just going to, y'all need to know right up front
So I'm gonna be
That-
the white sheep, huh?
that we're not doing anything serious. Okay? I mean, I've tried. You know, Lord knows I've tried. And I just can't be serious when these two guys are in here. So here's what I'm going to have to do. When I know Cliff is here coming, I'm going to call Robert and tell Robert not to come. Okay? Well, no, I can't do that because Robert is one of the co-hosts. We'll figure this out, okay? We'll figure this out.
Oh man, I'm being white goated. Whitelisted.
White goated, really? Alrighty then, okay. Damon Dash says Jay-Z ain't poop. And he didn't say poop.
I'm not surprised.
So I'm just saying.
He ain't been happy since he got kicked off of Rockefeller.
Well, so that controversy still raves. Let's see what else. I'm just making sure we've covered all the news that we can today. You know, not like Ruth Bader Ginsburg treated for cancer again. Hang on, Ruth. Please. Hang on, Ruth. You got to hang on at least another year. You know, now if Trump gets reelected, you can go where you want to go. Okay? So I'm just saying. Let's see. Was it an anniversary of War today? Really?
Yes,
War
sir.
was founded 50 years ago in Long Beach in 1969? I didn't know that.
Who?
You don't know who War is?
Oh, the band. The Lowrider song.
Wow. You are young, aren't you?
So it's all I know. Lowrider.
Is that the only War song that you know?
I think so. What's another one?
Cisco Kid?
I don't know if I heard that one.
Cisco Kid was a friend of mine.
Oh yeah, I heard that one. Yeah, I heard that one.
All right. Sometimes every now and then you have to take time out to educate a young person.
But if you finna play music, man, you gotta play. I gotta play my joint. Right,
You
man.
know.
I can't be riding out like this, man.
And so, by the way, if you want to just really get into some war,
Oh my!
I'm sorry. I'm,
Happy Friday, everybody.
yeah. And we're gonna make sure from this point on that no one drinks anything before coming to the show.
Unless.
Okay? Not even water.
What about wine? Got the Moscato sitting at home waiting on me.
And why are you playing that song, Robert?
Cause I can't get next to you, Dave.
And I'm glad you can. Okay.
Dave.
Let me play your oldie song. You might not have heard of this group. It's a really old group. It's called Blackstreet.
You never heard that song, Cliff? Me and Baby Brother? Do yourself a favor. Okay.
Nope. Not heard of it.
What we're gonna do, Cliff, we're gonna recommend that every time you're on the show, we're gonna recommend a group that you can go and listen to. Okay.
See, when it comes to 70s stuff, I'm mostly like into, usually people I listen to is usually like Al Green, Marvin Gaye.
Okay. That's good. That's good. That's what you were just listening to. That was Al Green.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Al Green.
All right. So go tell you somebody you really
Or a little older, or I guess more recent.
you need to go
Gap
listen.
Band in Parliament.
Curtis Mayfield.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with a lot of his stuff.
Trust me. Just go and click play.
I know that one.
What is wrong with you? Why are you playing that on this show? You don't even know the name of that song, do you?
That was Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was he was way behind. He was looking to make a deal.
Oh, God.
Came across a young boy song and fucking saying,
Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. I've lost total control of this show. I am so sorry, and I am so glad that the show is about over because I've lost complete control. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I've lost complete control of the show today. I'm usually a much better program director, but what can I say? Okay. So, thank goodness it's over. I just can't take anymore. Okay. And if you are the Arkansas Highway Patrol, Cliff May is driving a orange car that has Texas license plates on it, and it says "Hook 'em horns." You're more than welcome to pull him over. Okay.
Yeah, it's an orange car. Look for it.
Look for
Robert Webb.
I dare you to pull me over.
Robert Webb is driving a blue truck that says "F the Popo." You're more than welcome to pull him over.
We should probably smoke.
Okay? And make sure you look under the seat.
Don't look under my seat.
That white powder is not from donuts.
That white powder is flour. I've
Yeah.
been baking.
There you go.
I've been baking.
Yeah, there you go. Whew. Lord. Okay. I'm sorry. I want to apologize if you were a first time
She
listener.
got the gold mine. I got the shaft. Took it right down the middle, and they gave her the better half. And they said he sounded funny. Hurts too much to laugh.
Okay.
She got the gold mine. I got the shaft.
I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to turn y'all to some good music.
I'm
It ain't my
sorry.
fault y'all don't like good music. From Smokey the Bandit. That's good. That's quality. That's quality programming.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Everybody like Jerry Reed. Don't everybody like Jerry Reed? Don't answer all at once, y'all.
Who's on there?
I
Don't everybody like Jerry
apologize.
Reed? Everybody like Jerry Reed.
I'm sorry.
You ready?
I'm sorry.
What a great show today. This is probably the best show ever. Ever.
You ready for the group hug
Yeah,
outro?
group hug. Let's get the group hug. Come on. Come
Group
on.
hug outro.
No, don't come over
Come on,
here.
let's get the group
Don't
hug.
come over here. Do
Come on,
not come over here.
Group hug, baby.
Oh my God.
How you feeling, baby?
I think I got whiplash.
All right, we're finna call Jordan Insurance. Come on, let's
Okay.
do it.
See, look, join the show tomorrow morning.
8 o'clock.
The weekly sports magazine. I'll ask the question: who has more courage, NFL or NBA players?
NFL.
It ought to be pretty obvious. But anyway, we gotta go. See y'all tomorrow. Robert, you gotta say something.
Spend money on community. If you don't, nobody else will. Peace.
Where the mind goes, the body follows. And check out the show tomorrow.
Hip, hip. See y'all later.
Man, y'all sick, man. I can't do this with y'all no more. Y'all can't be serious.
But
That Amazon thing was pretty good, man. That got me, man. That got me. I can't believe I thought of that.
I can't work in these conditions.
That was right there, man. That was a good one, man. Woo. That was good right there, man.
let me make sure I got all this.
Everybody was texting me. You are so crazy. That was good right there, man. That was a good one.
We are a sister from Memphis has bought Me TV.
Really?
She basically is running that television network now. She will be here Monday.